Hi gang, welcome to the Hungry Latina. Is it too early to have wine and a cigarette? Like, nah, it's Sunday. Will and I were going to go to church today, but we decided to stay home and make videos. And so when I make videos, I like to use props. And then I like to pretend to use things. Like, I know I said I quit smoking. And it's very, 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 very bad for your health. I will quit smoking, Donald Trump, when you can actually really save America, okay? I will put these away if you hire me to help you save America, okay? So if you want me to quit smoking, you gotta make it worth my while, okay? So, anyway, I am no pageant queen. I'm just the honorary Latina. I bought this dress when I was in Texas when I was like 3 sizes smaller in the chest size, and then all of a sudden I blossomed. And I have a pin holding it together, so I'm not completely hanging out. And my cross, thank you, Will. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My cross is even sideways. You know, I'm just not straight with God, and even my cross is like saying, you're crooked. Anyway, I was viewing some videos this morning of comedians, and one of my favorite ones was Gilda Radner. And she did her Barbara Wawa. And I love that. I love that sense of humor and comedic timing. I love Don Rickles when he was ripping on everybody and everything. And he was so funny. But, you know, it's not like his funny back then, like, was funny, haha, like everybody laughed. But nowadays it's like they've taken funny to a whole different level, like with that Kathy Griffith or whatever. And she's like doing these psychotic pictures of what off people. And she thought that was really funny. That stuff is mean, Kathy, your horse face. That's mean. You're being very, very mean to the Donald. You know, I think I could probably do some funny things, you know, to make fun of Rosie O'Donnell. You know, make up funny little nicknames like, you know, Rosie, PC, politically correct. No, not. Pork chop, O'Donnell. You know, just different things, you know, that people do that are just downright mean. Like, you know, what if somebody, you know, beheaded your dad or your family member and thought that was funny? That's not funny, Kathy. Not cool. If you're gonna say something hateful about the president, I mean, do it in a funny way. Like, people came out with some toilet paper when Barack Obama was president, and we all wiped our ass with it. You know, I was really bummed when my ex-boyfriend used up all my Obama paper because he was a damn socialist and he was too cheap to go out and buy his own toilet paper. But, you know, I thought it would be best, you know, to save that role for a special occasion, like when the company came for Christmas dinner and, you know, they went to go use the bathroom and they saw, you know, him in there, you know, especially if you had liberal family members. Could you imagine that? They would not want to wipe their ass on that, you know? But I wouldn't really want them over for dinner anyway, because the conversation would be just god-awful. I mean, we have this one liberal in the family. I mean, she's out of like a Bend, Oregon or something like that. And she named her freaking poodle dog Ted Kennedy. Like, really, is that just a horrible name for a dog? You know, I mean, the dog probably like is like a womanizer. I mean, he's probably humping on all those bitches. You know, but if he drives one off the road and just forgets to save it. I need a glass of wine. And forgets I can't get it together here. I'm sorry. Okay, I haven't touched this wine. I swear to God, you guys, I swear. And I'm doing this on the Lord's Day. Okay, so, you know, you have those family members that, you know, you have to live with, but you don't really like. And it's because they're really stupid. And Will and I went for a walk this morning, and we were able to tell people how stupid the person was by the number of like papers, liberal rags that they had in front of their house. You know, like for example, like some of people, like it's just not good enough to get the Tampa Bay Times, and that really says you're a moron when you get that. But then when you get something else on top of that, and then when you go on vacation and you just let your papers gather up, I mean that's just signaling to any criminal, like, hey, come get me, come take all my stuff. You know, we're gone, and so liberals are just amazing in their thinking. And so Will and I were trying to think about why are they so that way, Will? I mean, come on. I mean, would you pay $1 a week for the Tampa Bay Times? I mean, by the time you get the news, it's already 10 hours old. I mean, and then you want to save the environment. If you're a liberal, you want to save the environment, and yet, do you know how nasty those papers pollute our environment? Worse than anything you can possibly do out there. You print them, you throw them away, you sometimes line the bird cage with them, which is probably what the only thing they're good for. You know, but really, can you imagine buying a paper and actually reading and believing the stuff that's inside of it? Because I just can't. I mean, I think that if you're gonna do anything to better yourself, you should drink wine and smoke cigars and just forget about it. So anyway, yeah, we were just talking about those stupid people and how difficult it is to work with them and live among them, because you want to be politically correct, and in a world where people are just politically plain wrong. I mean, and that's why we have to have a cartoon about Super Trump, because we have to educate these liberal kids in such a way that, you know, they understand the stupidity that's going on, so they understand, you know, why things are wrong, and they can put together no jobs and the lack of money and the expanding government and why liberal policies time and time again hurt everything and hurt everybody. So, for example, you want quality something. If you want quality toilet paper, do you ask the government to give you toilet paper? Because I mean, when we worked for the military, and even though you supply the veterans with food when they're out and fighting a war, instead of giving them the best food, you know, they get the canned shit that's been probably past its expiration date. We load them up with expired vaccines, you know, and we give them like faulty air equipment, you know, bulletproof vests that are long expired. I don't know if their bullets even work, you know. But anyway, we put them in an environment where there's a lot of like depleted uranium, and Muslims that just blow themselves up for no reason. I mean, I guess they do have a reason, but it's beyond any kind of logic that we can ever understand. So our money is going overseas. We're rebuilding other countries' infrastructure, and Mr. Trump wants to rebuild and make America great, and Congress doesn't want to give him the money. So this is what we're up against. So that's why we have to have a Super Trump, you know, save the country and educate the kids and the people in the upcoming generations. I think that's important, you know, because it's all going up in smoke, you know. It is, it really is. And so when we talk about the liberalism and the environmentalism and everything, and I look at all those papers, I was counting them today as I walked, you know. Thank God they're not on every doorstep like they used to be. We don't have paper boys. We just have like meth addicts that can't get to work anywhere else, and they just throw the papers on your yard at 5 o'clock in the morning. And they're up anyway because they're tweakers. Uh-oh. Lights are going out here. I said a mean one. May God just strike me down, and there's the thunder that goes right along with it. But, you know, yes, very, very bad. Did you hear that noise out there? Okay. Yes, the house is on fire, baby. Cheers. Have a great day.